In today's video, I'm going to be helping you in your job search journey. If you are seriously considering looking for a job here in the United Arab Emirates or Dubai, specifically Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Ajman, and the chances of you landing a job using this method are so much higher. So the big question of the day is, how do you get a job in Dubai? How do you get a job in the United Arab Emirates or the Middle East as a whole? Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha, and in today's video we're going to be looking at how to get a job in Dubai or the United Arab Emirates or the Middle East at large. I have been here in the Middle East, actually in Dubai specifically, for the past 6 years, almost 6 years. And I almost die of laughter when I think about the time I actually wanted to come here and look for a job for the first time. What I believed the process of getting a job here in Dubai would be is totally different to how it actually is. And oftentimes I have people asking me if I can help them get jobs, if I know somebody, if I know connections. So in this video, I'm going to be demystifying some of those myths or clarifying some misconceptions that people may have about how to find a job and actually get a job in the Middle East, in United Arab Emirates, or specifically in Dubai. And I hope that you will like this video. And if you do, please give the video a thumbs up at any point in time that you feel like you're getting value from this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on awesome future videos. So first thing that most people want to know is, do you have to travel to Dubai in order to get a job in the United Arab Emirates? Absolutely not. Majority of the jobs are actually applied for online. There are going to be different ways that you can do this, and we're going to be going through each and every one of these ones. So just stay with the video and stay with me as I explain and go through each and every one of these ways that you can apply online. But it's really important for you to know that majority of the jobs are applied for online, whether you are local in the United Arab Emirates or you are in your home country. You are going to have to apply for the jobs online. Very few jobs ask for people to come for like an open day, especially if you are in a specialist trade. You don't have to come here to look for your job. I got my job while I was still at home, and the company that I'm now working for actually processed everything for me, the visa, airfare, everything, bringing me over to Dubai. So most times you can actually apply for jobs and get a job and get your contract and get your visa, everything, before you even come here. Your company that you're going to be working for is going to be doing all of that for you. But there are so many more companies that are here in Dubai that kind of prefer to have people on ground when they are looking for someone. If you want to come to UAE in order to look for a job, give yourself 1 to 3 months, and you can actually look for a job while you are on a tourist visa. Tourist visa is quite cheap and easy to get. Most people just get it. And I would recommend 3 months. Come and spend some time and really see how things work or get a feel of the environment. But the disadvantage for you going with this route, is that you need to have money. You need to have enough money to sustain yourself and to survive on for those 3 months. And chances are, if you're looking for a job, you may not have that kind of disposable income, like money just to sit and look for jobs online, which you're applying for online anyway. You could easily do this back home, because now you're going to have an added expense. Unless you know somebody or you have friends and family who are based in UAE who are willing to accommodate you for 1 to 3 months while you look for a job, it's not really the best way to go about it. Because I was going to do this. At the time that I decided to come over to Dubai, I sold my car. At the time I had a business. I sold all my machines and literally disposed everything that I had, and I had cash. My plan was just to come to Dubai and look for a job. I was going to come with another girl. We were going to be the two of us. So we were going to share accommodation. We started looking at hotels, which hotels have free Wi-Fi, and we were just looking at that kind of stuff. But we didn't really understand what the process would entail once we came. Like, we just had a vision that we're going to go to Dubai and look for jobs. So if you are going to go through with that route, you definitely need to have enough money to sustain yourself for the 1 to 3 months while you're looking for a job. And it's not cheap, I have to say. Like, honestly, when I first came and I was converting how much I'm paying for a meal, or I'm paying for milk, and I was converting with how much I would pay for it back home, it was quite expensive for me. And one of my really good friends at the time, he said to me, if you're going to be calculating, converting how much something costs you in Dubai compared to how much it is back home, you're not going to survive here. This is why your salaries here are more or higher than what you're getting paid at home, because it is generally more expensive to live here. So your salaries are higher than, in my case, than what I would be getting back home in Zimbabwe, but the standards of living are also higher here. So the cost of living is actually higher, so that's why the salaries are a bit higher. So I can do another video at another time, kind of giving you an estimate of how much you need to survive on in a month, I guess, to sustain yourself while you're looking for a job. But I think I would have to sit down and actually do those calculations for you. Let me know in the comment section below if that's something that you'd be interested in. The first thing that you need to make sure that you have is a good, clean, comprehensive CV, professionally done and with a good cover letter. When it comes to your CV, or when you're applying for particular jobs, just make sure that your CV, you tailor it to suit the particular job that you're looking for, and make sure you put an image, like a passport photo, in the top right corner or top left corner of your CV so that they see your picture, and make sure you're dressed professionally as well. It's quite common in Dubai that companies will hire based on nationalities. So don't be scared when you see a certain job application and then they say like looking for this particular nationality. That's quite common. So the temptation is to think about it in terms of discrimination, but these companies may have specific requirements for why they're looking for that nationality in particular. They may just have a specific language requirement that the company has to communicate with customers in a different region or in a particular market that they're venturing into, or a market that they're dominating or that they're occupying, or all of that. So for whatever reason, it's quite common that companies may look for recruits based on their nationalities. So or language, with language requirements. So don't be scared of this. Another thing that you really need to make sure that you have that's kind of on point and detailed is your LinkedIn profile. There are quite a few YouTube channels that you can go and search out how to like have a professional LinkedIn profile and how to link with people through LinkedIn profile. This is going to come in quite handy because you can actually reach out to recruiters and recruiting officers, and within LinkedIn itself you can actually see jobs are advertised there that you can apply for. And the first point of contact that most employers have with you, like they look through your LinkedIn profile. It's more like your personal brand. So make sure that your LinkedIn profile is completed and that you have as much detail in there about your work experience, and go through these recruitment websites, job boards like Naukri Golf, drjobs.ae, Golf Talent, Caterer Global, and a whole range of other sites that I will leave linked for you in the description box below. One of the advantages of the job boards is that they post a lot of jobs like quite frequently, so you actually are able to apply for more jobs. And there are some which are specific, are industry specific, like Caterer Global. Caterer Global is really good if you're in the hospitality sector because they're posting jobs from all over the world, including of course the Middle East, that are in the hospitality sector. So if you are specifically in the hospitality sector, that's going to be a plus for you. Then set up notifications for certain jobs so that as soon as those jobs are posted, you can actually immediately apply for them. The disadvantage to this approach though is that your CV or your profile is going to be the same profile for each of the jobs that you're applying for. While you have like a wealth of experience and knowledge that you've acquired throughout the years, it's not everything that is on your CV that's going to apply to that particular job. So when you're looking for a job and you're able to tailor or to alter your CV and your application, it makes you look more serious. It elevates your application to a higher level when it's more tailored to that particular job that you're looking for, because ultimately you want your employer or the recruitment agent or the HR manager to see that you actually have the qualities that they're looking for. So you want to highlight those qualities. Another way to look for a job, this is actually my personal favorite, it's much more targeted, and the chances of you landing a job using this method are so much higher. So there's certain companies maybe you want to work for, or certain industries. just go online. The amazing thing about being in a first world country is a lot of these things, everything is online. So if you know what kind of companies you want to work for, you know what you've studied, you know what you're good at, and you know what kind of job you're looking for, go online and go to the websites for each of these companies that you want to work for. Then you go to each of their website, and at the bottom, when you scroll to the bottom, you'll either find a tab that says careers, join us, jobs, or join our team, something along those lines. You can actually go there and see the jobs that are available, and you can even just upload your CV for future reference for when they are hiring within that company. So this is a targeted approach that you're targeting the companies that you want to work in. If you want to work in oil and gas industry, you can do the same. Search out those companies that are in that sector, go to each of their websites, apply, and then if in the future you're even able to call or go there, you get a feel of the place, you know. So it's much more targeted. If you are a specialist like an accountant or a doctor or a nurse or a marketer, you still are able to use this approach to find exactly the kind of job that you want. So this targeted approach is more efficient, and it may actually get you more results because even your CV, you're able to custom make it in a way that highlights those qualities and the experience that you've gathered throughout the years, and put that experience at the top, at the forefront, with a proper or with a more appropriate cover letter to help you land that job. So this is definitely by far one of my favorite approaches. When you are looking for a job here in UAE, you can use this approach even before you come over. Another really efficient way to go about your recruitment process is to sign up with recruitment agencies. Have 1, 2, or 3 recruiters or recruitment officers that you know. You can use LinkedIn to search out recruitment offices in UAE or in Dubai specifically. But anyway, you'll be able to contact and communicate with recruiters. And if you are signed up to, let's say, a recruitment agency, they have your profile. They know exactly what kind of job you're looking for. So if you are an accountant and, you know, of course, you're an accountant, you're going to be looking for accounting jobs. When those jobs come along, they're able to pass on your CV, your resume, to the companies that are looking for them directly. So these recruiters tend to be really highly reputable people, and they can be also specialized. So if you are like in the medical sector, you can find specialized recruiters within that industry. That would be a plus for you because they know the industry so much more, and they will even help you with other things like negotiating a salary, or at least giving you research, or being like, a research tool that can help you to know how much you should expect to get paid within certain jobs, because they have so many companies approaching them and they know really what is the fair amount for somebody to get paid for a particular job. Which reminds me about another thing that's a bit different, that I want to clarify. That's a bit different how we do when we're looking for a job back home. I know when I was always getting jobs, when I was still looking for jobs back home, and a company offered you a salary, like, you were not really meant to think or to talk about your salary when you're still like negotiating, getting the job. It's like, you know, you're just here for the money. So for me, I was always of the school of thought that you don't really like negotiate your salary. You just are, you know, happy with what they offer and stuff. But it's a bit different here. Most things you negotiate, like even in the mall, you can go to a mall, to a top brand store, and you can negotiate a price down. You can go to a car dealership and you can negotiate the price of your car, which is quite rare. Like for us, where I come from, it's like, this is the price, you can either afford it or you cannot. So here people are always asking for deals and specials and negotiating even as far as their salaries. So sometimes your employer may offer you a certain amount of money, but it's not really what they're looking to pay. It's maybe a bit lower because they're cognizant or aware of the fact that you may negotiate. So it's quite common here to negotiate your salary. Ask around what people get paid for certain jobs. Also take into consideration the work experience and expertise, or all of that. Take like everything into consideration. So if you are just coming straight out of college, you will definitely not get paid as somebody who's got like 7-8 years worth of experience, but at least you kind of know the range of salaries within certain fields of study. So definitely do your homework and kind of have an idea of what kind of salary should be paid. Because when we're coming from back home, for us, it always seems like it's a lot more money because we're converting like, oh my gosh, this converts to so much money in my own currency. So yes, I'll take it. But there are costs of living here and they're higher than most places. So take that in consideration as well. And the other things that they offer, some companies will offer to pay your accommodation, or they may give you accommodation. So that's part of your package. They may pay for your medicals, like your medical insurance, health insurance, that's what they call it. And they may pay for your school fees for your kids when or if you have them. There's certain benefits as well. So take those into account as well when you are considering, or when you are even considering between jobs as well. Just consider that there are certain things that are a bit different. Like for us back home, that's your salary, or they might give you like health, medical support. But generally, it's up to you to take care of your living expenses and your transport and. But here, the companies may actually give you transport. They may give you extra allowances, so many allowances and stuff like that. Be prepared for online interviews. Okay, so before coronavirus, we were still having online interviews here, but now it might even be more. Like the first few interviews that you have may be online. And you getting your job may not be based on you coming to an office. So be prepared to work online and to have online interviews. I have done one video where I was talking about how to ace and nail those online interviews, Zoom meetings, all of those are online interviews. And I'll leave it linked in the cards somewhere here and in the description box below as well, so that you can check it out. Definitely watch that and be prepared to have your interviews online and to ace them and to do it professionally. And apart from that, your work may not actually be physical. It may actually end up being virtual as well. If you're like a marketer or an accountant, you may not even need to be on site. So just be prepared to work online and to do your interviews online. And yeah, I gave some really good, valuable tips in that video. So I really recommend that you watch it. I will also leave it linked at the end of this video if you want to go watch that one. What else would I want to tell you? Oh, yeah, another thing that I'd forgotten, you can actually join like expat groups, social networking events and gatherings and stuff. These will really help you as well to expand your contacts, your contact base, and get to know more people. And they could even link you up to your job. You never know really how it is. So definitely be part of these expat groups, meet, mix, mingle with people, and you really never know what else you could, what other opportunities could be uncovered for you from that. How I got my job, the work job that I'm working in now, is I went through their website and I applied directly. Unfortunately though, I hadn't finished my application. Like my application was like for a year, I hadn't completed it. So when you have a company that has an application form online or on their website, just be sure to complete it. This was the first mistake that I made. So they have an application form and it's quite long. It's quite long. It had so many details, add this. So it was like a year later, I thought I had applied, but I hadn't applied because I hadn't completed my application form. So when you're applying online at these big and established companies here, especially the first world country, honestly, make sure you have applied everything, you have completed your profile, you have put in every little detail that they want you to put. If it's a photo they want, upload that photo. Make sure that it's really worth your while, because you only have one chance to make a first impression. That's how I applied and I got here. So everything was done for me before I even came. When I came, I had a company representative waiting for me at the airport. I've had my visa done by them. My ticket was paid for by them. Everything was organized by them. And this can be your experience as well. So definitely consider applying directly to companies and make sure that your CV is tailored or customized to suit the exact position that you're looking to get a job in. You know, this increases your chances massively, and I can't even overemphasize, I cannot say it enough. So in the coming weeks, I'm going to be going in depth with interview questions and the type of responses that you should be giving your interviewer in order to stand out and to shine, and not to manipulate or to lie, but just really decoding those interview questions, like the question when they say, tell us about yourself. A lot of us make the mistake of talking about our childhood memories and who we are as far as our family goes, but that's not really what the interviewer is asking. So if you want to know more about stuff like this, do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out when I publish those videos. I look forward to hearing from you. So if there's anything that you want me to clarify, if you want any more information, just drop it in the comment section below. I always look forward to hearing from you and to hanging out with you in the comments. I make sure I personally respond to every one of your comments, so I will definitely do that. Again, if you want me to send you extra information, as I've said, I have contacts for agencies, so definitely drop me a DM on Instagram and then I will send all those details out to you if you are seriously considering looking for a job here in the United Arab Emirates. I hope that you have found value in this video, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you on the next one.